13 minutes remaining, second quarter. 2nd and 4 from the 34. Nicholas looking to pass. Great protection. Deep ball down the center of the field, and it's picked off and dropped at the last second. Mark Myers had it in his hands. He rolled to the 20, and it popped out at the last second. Well covered by the All-Sun Conference back, and we'll take a look at the replay here.
You see Nicholas just eyeing down one-on-one coverage, but Myers was outrunning the wide receiver by 2-3 yards and almost makes a fantastic play.
Perfectly placed ball by Clayton Nicholas, who passed for close to 6,000 yards and 56 touchdowns during his junior and senior years at Abilene Cooper High School. 3rd and 4. The Fire have been good on third down defense thus far. They need another stop here to get their offense back out of the field. Nicholas looking to the flat. Jones makes the catch and is knocked out of bounds close to the sticks. Good pursuit that time by Tillo as well as James Swain Jr. It looks like he's marked short. It's 4th and 1, and it doesn't look like Charlie Boren's willing to roll the dice again.
Usually on third down and short, you want your quarterback trying to throw down past the first down marker, but throws it short and tries to let Jones make a play, but he stopped short by a couple great tacklers. Tillo on the outside.
No worry in these punters lettering tonight. They've been the stars of the show thus far. Every drive except for one resulting in a punt. Back to kick it away, Philip Anderson.
Philip Anderson got those flashy shoes on, get to show off plenty tonight.
Anderson under duress and shanks it. This one into the Faulkner bleachers, and they mark it at the line of scrimmage. Nope, they marked it at the Fire 40-yard line. That is a 3-yard punt with no return.
That's not what you look for from your punting unit right there, but we talked about it in the pregame show. It's 1/3 offense, defense, and special teams, and special teams right there could come back and haunt Faulkner.
So the Fire start in plus territory for the second time tonight. This, I think, is a drive where they really need to score. Make Faulkner pay for a rare mistake. 3-yard punt, that could be one that turns into a Fire drive here. 12-14 remaining in the half. Pierce, play action, got a great block from Reynolds. Home run ball down the right side. Weary's open, who makes the catch, and touchdown Fire. Just like that, coming off the 3-yard punt, the Fire go right for the end zone, and Michael Weary has the touchdown.
You see right here, Reynolds just springing that block right there, so Pierce has some time and hits Weary deep for a great play call right there by the offensive coordinator, Bearfield Jr.
One play, 40 yards, 11 seconds. Jonathan Pierce to Michael Weary. The Fire draw first blood. They have a 6-0 lead over Faulkner.
We talked about Faulkner not making many mistakes, but their one major mistake by the punting unit came back to haunt them.
Caleb Winter on for the extra point. It'll be held by Raylan Garrett. Placement, kick, and they blow it dead. College rule is still all extra point tries come from the 2-yard line.
Prior to the snap, false start, 68, kicking team, 5-yard penalty, on time down.
So the guilty party for the Fire is Skylar Mayo. Backs up Southeastern 5 yards, so it'll be a little bit longer of an extra point for Caleb Winter. Instead of 20, he'll kick it from 25.
Put a little positive spin on this, a little extra practice for Winters here.
Garrett looks into the long snapper. Placement, kick, blocked.
Blocked.
Scooped up, and Raylan Garrett makes the stop out of bounds. So the Fire penalty does cost him. 12:03 remaining in the second quarter of play. Southeastern has a 6-0 lead over Faulkner, but still the touchdown, the 40-yard pass from Jonathan Pierce to Michael Weary after the 3-yard Faulkner punt, making them pay for the mistake. That's exactly what the Fire needed to do. Let's take another look at the blocked extra point. They just kind of came right off the left side.
Yeah, that blocked extra point after the penalty puts a little bad taste in your mouth if you're Southeastern. But that was just a great job on one play, 40 yards. Great job picking up a block by Jarrell Reynolds. Perfectly thrown ball by Pierce to Weary. And run route, the cornerback fell completely down because Weary was already gone.
One play, 40 yards, 11 seconds for Southeastern to take a 6-0 lead. PAT is blocked, and the Fire get ready to give the ball back to the Eagles. If you're Charlie Bourne and his coaching staff, what kind of things are you talking about as a defense after the Fire went right after you?
Well, limiting your mistakes. Cornerback fell down, maybe on a broken read on the wide receiver, maybe a stutter and go by Weary, just a great run route. But just limiting your mistakes. You can't allow your one punting mistake to hurt you on one play.
I agree with you. That was the perfect play call. We talked about making them pay for that mistake. Go right after them. They went right after the corner. Weary makes the catch right into the end zone. Winter on the approach, left toe into the football. Looking towards the far side, making the return now is Xavier Willis across the 20-25 and falls down near the 30-yard line. Credit the stop on the play to Bryce Walker, number 5, a freshman.
Let's see if Southeastern's defense can come out right here, get a quick stop, and put the momentum, continue keeping the momentum in the offense's hands.
The ball resting at the, see where they officially place it, at the 31-yard line. Take a look at Michael Weary's touchdown catch one more time. But again, it was Jarrell Reynolds, that block in the backfield. Getting Jonathan Pierce that extra second allowed him to throw a strike down the right sideline.
Absolutely. You can have the perfect play call and the perfect quarterback and wide receiver, but if you don't have time to throw it, credit the block right there by Reynolds in the offensive line.
Nicholas turns, play action. Now he has time. He looks deep down the center of the field. Wide open is Rob Lockhart to the 20, 15, 10. Myers won't catch him, and just like that, a track meet is broken out.
Wow, we go from a defensive just juggernaut, but now we have 2 back-to-back touchdowns on 2 back-to-back plays.
One play, 70 yards, and you've been screaming for Clayton Nicholas to take a shot. That was the first time the all-conference wide receiver Rob Lockhart was targeted.
Yeah, he could flat out spin it, Nicholas, like we said in the pregame show, but my gosh, right there, you see Pierce slinging it. Now Nicholas, now we might have an offensive show here.
All of a sudden, it's been defense, 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 and then back-to-back plays resulting in 6 points. So now on to attempt the extra point is Philip Anderson. Placement made, the kick is up, and it is good. Faulkner has taken a 7-6 lead over Southeastern with 11:44 remaining in the second quarter. So Rob Lockhart's 70-yard reception has given Faulkner a 1-point advantage.
So we go from Southeastern just exciting this whole stadium, the student section going nuts, to now the air's been sucked out of the stadium, right? Just like that. So now it's up to the Southeastern offense to get the momentum back in their favor, because that was a deflating blow.
Extra point was good on the play by Hunter Kennemer.
We'll see how Southeastern's offense comes back. We talked about last year they were a very young team all the way around, but now they have a year under their belt, most of the players. So hopefully you can see that they'll be resilient when it comes to a big strike like that from Faulkner.
The last 2 plays have gone for 110 yards. In the first quarter total, there were 146 total yards from scrimmage.
Those were the offenses that we've been talking about for a couple weeks now.
Just took him a second to click. So Hunter Kennemer getting the football from back judge Justin Lucas. Back to return for Southeastern is Jonathan Hicks. Blade Denmark back there at the 5 as well. So Kennemer gets the go-ahead from the official, marches off his steps, and Southeastern, who just had the ball 30 seconds ago, get it right back. Kennemer, line drive kick, picked up by Hicks at the 7-yard line. Works back towards the center of the field, to the 25, to the 30, down the middle of the field, 45, 50, and is taken down from behind right at the midfield stripe, and they move him into Faulkner territory at the 48-yard line. So again, momentum trying to shift back a little bit as the Fire get a big play on special teams.
There we go, 1/3 of the game right there. You see special teams for Faulkner kind of let him down a little bit, but then Southeastern's special teams right there to pick it back up after the defense let up a big score.
Take a look at Jonathan Hicks on the return. Got some great blocks up at the top of that. And just kind of sprung it right through the heart of that return unit.
And you can see at the end of that replay right there how agile Hicks is, but then also the long speed.
So the Fire start in plus territory for a 3rd time tonight. Here's Reynolds trying to find somewhere to go and is wrapped up in the backfield and thrown aside. Great penetration by the nose man and Quinn Johnson, the 6'1", 260-pound freshman, throwing Jarrell for a 6-yard loss.
There was 4 or 5 players in the backfield right there. But then we talked about the defensive line not playing together long because they're all new to Faulkner. But you can see right now they're gelling pretty well together, creating that disruptive in the backfield.
Not sure if Jarrell was waiting for a block to develop or what happened, but it seemed like he kind of danced in the backfield for a little bit.
And you don't see that much of Jarrell. He usually is a one-cut-and-go kind of a kid, but not right there.
Vontae Mack moves into the slot. Play action. Looking to pass is Pierce. He looks deep down the left sideline. Finds Weary again, who makes a diving catch at the 15-yard line. Great looking play by the Youngstown State transfer, and the Fire have 1st and 10 at the 15-yard line.
What a catch right there. What a throw.
Take a look at the replay. See what we can pick up here. Great block again by Jarrell Reynolds. Weary full extension, using all 5'10" to make that catch. And now the play blown dead just as the Fire try and hurry things along.
Great call right there by Coach Bearfield Jr. right there to hurry up right after a big play, try to catch the defensive presence offline.
Prior to the snap, ball start, 76 offense, 5-yard penalty, first down.
Right guard Cody McGahee, the guilty party after a 46-yard reception by Michael Weary, who in 2013 had 16 catches for 195 yards and a touchdown playing for Bo Pelini at Youngstown State.
You hear the coach is really excited about Weary all offseason, but now you get to see it.
Trips to the right side as Jordan Phillips has come into the Fire offense. Pierce looking end zone. Vontae Mack makes the catch and the touchdown for Southeastern. 10:15 remaining in the second quarter, and the Fire have taken a 12-7 advantage.
We talked about Nicholas slinging it over on the Faulkner side, but what a dart right there by Pierce and a perfectly run out route. Just great all around. That's 2 big back-to-back passing plays for Southeastern's offense, and now we're getting to see the high-flying Fire offense right there. Great job.
3 plays, 48 yards, 1 minute and 29 seconds. Southeastern has regained the lead at 12-7. Caleb Winter on to attempt the extra point. This one is no good. Missed it wide left. 10:13 remaining. Second quarter of play. Southeastern has a 12-7 lead over Faulkner.